In this little video, I'm going to show you how to successfully bake blind. You want the thinnest crust on a quiche or a tart, not thick and grey and horrible. And this method ensures you have the most beautiful, beautiful pastry finish. Let me show you. I always roll my pastry out between two sheets of plastic. Two reasons for this. One is I don't need extra flour because extra flour means tough pastry. And secondly, I can keep my pastry on the move. And so I roll from the middle to the outside and I do a quarter turn with each roll. Can you see? And I've only got 200 grams of pastry here, yet it'll roll out to 25 centimetres because my tin's 23 centimetres. And once I've got my pastry to the correct size, I can then pop it in the fridge to firm up for 5 minutes. And whilst that's happening, then I'll prepare the paper. Now, I don't put a piece of paper in just as it is. What I do here is a series of folds. And then I can trim this paper so that it fits my tin neatly. And then another tip is to crinkle up that paper. Don't use it smooth, crinkle it up, and then it makes it more pliable and it'll fit into your tin easier. And then take your chilled pastry from the fridge, peel off one side of the plastic and then lay that pastry side down into the tin. And then I'm using my fingers and the plastic to push right into the corners of that tin. And I'm going to push my fingers into each little groove of that tin as well, so that it's fitting completely snugly, completely comfortably. Pop that back in the fridge again, because if I try and pull the plastic away, it'll take the pastry with it. So pop it back into the fridge and then the plastic will come off easily. I'll prick it all over with a fork whilst it's chilled, and then just make sure that that pastry is gently hanging over the edge. And then in with my crumpled up paper, a full box of baking beans, and I'll bake for 10 minutes at 200 degrees. Carefully take that paper out, but because the pastry is still a little bit wet, it'll need to go back in the oven just for 3 minutes to dry off. And then I use a serrated knife and just go around the edge and trim those edges whilst it's still warm. And then you've got a perfectly blind baked pastry case ready to take your custard filling or your quiche filling or your frangipan filling. It's a beauty, and that's a promise. I'll not discard my paper either. I'll fold it up and pop it in my box of baking beans and use it once more.